Then in some cases there is an input, right? Like sometimes you will directly even in a service business, if you're providing a service to a customer, you will still have an input in the sense that some consultants will create the service for you or deliver services to you, which are then rendered to your customers. So they'll be engaged by you to render services to your customers. Or sometimes you will have some products coming which you will resell. Okay, so you want to understand this, that how is the vendor and supply chain system working, what are the costs and terms around it, are your vendors giving to you any products on credit? Okay, sometimes what happens is that the money from the customers comes later, but you have to pay your vendors before. In that case, there's a cash flow issue, right? So you want to change the terms and you want to have appropriate payment terms. Sometimes you will have that the customer defaulted, but the vendor got paid. Okay, so money management issues, recovery issues, both of these can arise from here. There can be issues of not having any clarity on terms and conditions. So there can be disputes on deliveries or quality from the vendors. Like it might so happen that you're giving a refund policy to your customers, but your vendor is not giving any corrective measure, which means that some of the products of the vendor which turn out to be bad, it solely ends up being your risk. Okay, so these things you might want to align that if a customer has a complaint or for any reason replaces the product, I want to align it and I want to have the vendor replace it. Okay, these things are some examples that you can ask. Then the distribution and sales, is it online or is it offline? Okay, do you have affiliates doing this? Do you have people on the feet on the street, people individually doing this, or is it all tracked online? Okay, are there franchisees to do this? Many industries have a franchisee model, right? From like fast food industry, apparel, hotels, restaurants. Okay, so then do you have bulk deal offers for customers? What are the payment models for commissions? Is there a possibility of fraud by the seller? Okay, how do you detect that? Is there somebody, how do you prevent a franchisee, for example, from stealing your secrets and working from competitors? Is your model foolproof? Are there any other challenges you face in the distribution and sales process? Walk me through it. Okay, I'm doing these like I'm having like a mock conversation with you to explain how this works. Investment and finance is one of the most interesting areas to ask questions on. So are you bootstrapped? Did you take investment? Did any of your friends and family give you some initial investment? Did you put in your own money as a loan? Okay, is it accounted for? Do you need any documentation done for that? So what was the size of the previous round of funding if you are funded? When do you want to raise the next round? Do you want to try out? Are you planning to take loans? How soon do you want to do this? Okay, how are you preparing for it? Okay, what is your scaling up strategy? Are you planning to enter into a new geography or release a new product? Are you going to create a new pricing model, new distribution model? Are you going to target a new customer segment? Okay, are you doing any of that currently? What is the plan to increase your revenues? How will your valuation increase for the next round based on your expansion plans? Okay, then what does your team look like? Okay, so how many co-founders are there? Who are the key employees? What are the relationships between them? Is there legal documentation? Are there ESOPs given to people? Is that well documented? There are a lot of random ESOP promises and letters given to people, so you want to keep that in check. Okay, do you want to create a rationalized ESOP plan? Who are the do you have consultants on your team? Do you have advisors? Do you need help in structuring relationships there? How do you measure the contribution of an advisor? These are some of the examples, okay, of the questions that you will ask on this. What are the challenges you face? Is payment recovery a challenge? Okay, is incentivization of talent a challenge? Because if you're a startup, you might have trouble hiring the best people at market salary, so you might have to compensate for them for that by giving them ESOPs. Is it retention of talent? Do you find key employees leaving? Or is it that you find key employees leaving for competitors? Okay, is selling to, let's say, institutions or the government a challenge? Is managing cash flow a challenge? Is raising finance through alternative mechanisms a challenge? What is alternative mechanisms? So see, you never know what one is the regular raising finance to an investor, okay, but there could be a bank loan, there could be a specific scheme that one could avail of from the government for SME finance. There could be a lot of other ways through which you can raise finance. So one has to identify that. Some startups may find themselves to be eligible for SME listing on a public platform. Okay, so a lot of these things are there. Maybe sometimes you might advise that let's do a crowdfunding for your new product or service. Okay, so crowdfunding will allow you to generate finance by having early subscribers, product based crowdfunding. So they purchase the product in advance and you promise to ship that. Is reduction of disputes with vendors or customers one of the key areas you're looking at working on? Is getting advisors on board a problem? Okay, or is your business model such that there's a lot of regulatory intervention and you need to stay like a little clear of a regulator's radar? Like a company such as Uber or Ola would have faced that a lot. Okay, a lot of startups in the regulatory space keep facing that.